Masquera say Mure Zimbabwe, welcome to our channel Zim Confessions and Deep Secrets. Kana katika tanka kukuya panino channel, please don't forget to subscribe. Kana chungwa garo ka subscriber, don't forget to comment and share this video. Nasmure Zimbabwe takigira inyaya ya Buddha Nembato Citizens Coalition for Change. Vabuda vachi announce an official statement kuti Sengezo Tshabangu, the self-imposed Secretary General, was suspended by the interim leader Nawo Nombira mushe mre Zimbabwe anzi va Sengezo Tshabangu vakawanikwa vachichikora mutemo weparty hanzi vakawanikwa vachiviringiza the Citizens Coalition for Change Constitution hanzi nekususpenda kwavakaita ma MPs bato re-Citizens Coalition for Change. Nombira mushe suspension ya Shabangu iri kunzi yakamirira disciplinary hearing mure Zimbabwe parunzi ndo pachawanikwa pachipiwa the final say on Sengezo Tshabangu's future. So vanabuda story vachiti va Shabangu Asvipwa Nema system. So a project yavo you funded and supported by my CIO iri kunzi yaparara yapera vakashandiswa zvikapera hanzi duty yanga iri yekushandiswa kuti vaonekwa vachiparadza the opposition, and so now nekuita kwaita vachamisa havasina basa musystem mezano PF abo Asvipwa zvaonekwa mushure mekunge the judge vakaexpose vaShabangu as a political imposture vachitaura ivo vachiti maricos avo anga ari illegal mure Zimbabwe. Nyaya yaburitswa neThe Newsworks vachitaura ivo vachiti opposition CCC self-imposed Secretary General Sengezo Tshabangu has been suspended by interim leader Nawo, marking the beginning of the end of his self-serving inner politics, present political opportunist and scavenging for survival, which left the once formidable party in ruins. Nawo's spokesperson Kurawone Chiwai said in a statement, acting in terms of Article 9123 of the CCC Constitution, the acting president, Professor Nawo, has suspended Sengezo Tshabangu with immediate effect. This decision was made in light with Shabangu's actions, which were deemed to be in contravention of the party's constitution. Shabangu's suspension is pending a disciplinary hearing, which will be conducted in accordance with the party's internal processes. This came as High Court Justice Neville Wamambo ruled that changes made to the CCC parliamentary leadership by Shabangu were unlawful and ultra-vires the Zimbabwean constitution, thus now and void. In the process, the judge exposed Tshabangu as a political imposture, aided and abetted in the criminal political activities to undermine the opposition by Speaker of Parliament Jacob Mudenda. Tshabangu seized control of the now captured CCC after the disputed 2023 elections, which were rejected by the Southern African Development Community, allowing his organized gang of political hyenas, opportunists and scavengers to lead the opposition at the behest of ZANU-PF. This forced party leader Nelson Chamisa to abandon the ship, leaving Shabangu as the new captain. After subsequent fights in the captain's deck, Nawo emerged as the interim leader. The latest court ruling against Shabangu's arbitrary reshuffle of the party legislature leading and arrangements came as the court granted an urgent provisional order sought by Nawo to stop new recalls. Nawo said Shabangu's recent reshuffle of legislature officials amounted to renewed recalls already been frozen by the courts. This suggested Tshabangu was acting in willful violation of a previous judgment and court order. Tshabangu, positioning himself as the leader of the opposition in parliament, recently had a raft of surprise changes of the CCC's deployees to the Standing Rules and Orders Committee. CCC leaders Linet Karini Kore, Sisi Ozidwai, and Edwin Mushoriwa were removed from the SROC positions and replaced by 3 other Shabangu appointees. Tshabangu has been staffing party structures and positions with his cronies after hitting a political jackpot as he took over the opposition with the secret assistant of the pillar of the state, the executive, legislature, and the judiciary, as well as intelligence services at the behest of the ZANU-PF ruling. The CIO-run project was to destroy the opposition CCC, which is now captured and crippled. Chamisa, who quickly quit without a serious fight. Chamisa's shock decision was controversial, as some saw it as a wise move, yet others viewed it as a betrayal of voters and an enabling act to allow President Emmerson Mnangagwa to rule unchallenged. Some critics went as far as saying that Chamisa is also compromised or captured by Mnangagwa. For capturing CCC, Shabangu was rewarded with a Senate position, a car, house, money, and prestige, as well as rubbing shoulders with ZANU-PF rulers. However, these recent CCC changes, Ngube, Kore, Zwidzai, and Mushoriwa went to court seeking a declaratory order that Shabangu's actions to remove the three lawmakers from their SROC positions be declared unlawful and in breach of the Constitution, which Wamambo granted, barring Shabangu from arbitrary recalls and reshuffles, which destroyed the opposition and delivered it as a captured party to ZANU-PF. The applicants in the urgent court application were CCC Ngube, Karim, Zwidzai, and Mushoriwa, and respondents included Shabangu, Mudenda, and Lotlahla Mhloswa Wamambo Road. The application be and is hereby granted. The removal of third Karim and fifth Mushoriwa applicants from their membership of the SROC in their ex-officio and opposition chief whip in the National Assembly by the first Shabangu and second respondent Mudenda B is hereby declared unlawful and outrevies the Constitution of Zimbabwe. The appointments of Nontlahla Mhloswa as first applicants CCC overall chief whip, a position which does not exist under 1512 of the Constitution of Zimbabwe, B, and is hereby declared unlawful. The reshuffle and deployment by first respondent Shabangu of various elected members of parliament of the first application CCC in the different portfolio committees that they were duly deployed to by the party is now in void. So, pending the determination of case number HC 6872-23, Shabangu is interdicted from recalling or purporting to issue any letter of recall of any member of National Assembly, Senate, or local authority elected under the applicant or CCC ticket. The argument by applicants was that the office bearers held office in the CSRO but no longer hold such office, which amounts to a recall. I also find that the position of chief whip is not sanctioned by the Constitution and is thus lawful, Wamambo said. I agree that removing members from the CSRO and replacing them with other amounts to a recall. Effectively, first responded disobeyed the order rendered in HH 65-23. In the totality of the circumstances, I find that the application is meritorious and should be granted. I am of the view that costs a higher scale are uncalled for in such a case which seeks to clarify issues of importance to members of the same party. The judge also concurred with Ngube's submission that Shabangu's reshuffle was not in line with their internal procedures. He acted without lawful authority at all in effecting the redeployments. He was on a frolic of his own, and what he did does not reflect the collective and correct position of the first applicant, CCC. Ngube said in an affidavit accompanying the urgent court application, he is a nonentity and it is surprising that the speaker keeps entertaining him instead of the party. Ngube also said there seemed to be a strong element of collusion between Shabangu and Mudenda, which is embarrassing. The CCC interim leader also said the redeployment constitutes a recall as Shabangu was removing certain members of parliament from their roles. In fact, he is in contempt of an extant court order. Further, it will be absurd that he will be allowed to effect reshuffles when there is an order that bars him from recalling. I can state with confidence that Shabangu was effected recalls in a guise of redeployment in violation of a court order. He was making reference to a December 2023 High Court judgment by Justice Tawanda Chitapi, in which he ruled that pending the determination of an earlier application by the CCC challenging Shabangu's authority to recall MPs, he was barred from affecting any other recalls. Nawo also said in appointing himself overall leader of the opposition in Parliament, Shabangu had placed himself above his seniors in the CCC hierarchy. Since Chamisa quit the CCC, citing ZANU-PF interference, many opposition figures have claimed the party leadership, but the battle has boiled down to a fight between Nawo and Tshabangu. The Shabangu operation, which was driven by ZANU-PF and government structures, has succeeded in capturing CCC, leaving democracy in a parlous state. War subverting voters will express in the 2023 election. It has caused untold damage to opposition politics, leaving President Emmerson Mnangagwa and ZANU-PF firmly ensconced in power without any serious challenge. The situation has been further exacerbated by Chamisa's disengagement from active politics, giving Mnangagwa a free rein and consolidation of his authoritarian reign. Advocate Method Ndlovu, who represented Nawo, told the Newsworks this evening the High Court judge shows Shabangu is in an entity in the CCC. This is very critical judgment so far as the conduct and affairs of the Parliament are concerned, he said. The judgment sets the law for political parties and Speaker of Parliament and further emphasizes the importance of the Committee on Standing Rules and Order. Its implications are quite welcome in our jurisprudence. Ultimately, it clearly shows that Shabangu is really an entity in opposition politics. Zimbabwe is currently reeling from deepening political and economic problems, but with the opposition practically in hiatus, things will get far worse before they can get better. That is, if they will at all, if ZANU-PF remains in power. Mabuditso wetu kwenye the Newsworks, mre Zimbabwe tingaziye kuti munaona si nyaya iyi tiudzezwa mukufunga mu comment section.